Good evening. Welcome to the August 10th, 2017 edition of FRCmedia News. We provide reasons tonight why Massachusetts consumers will not enjoy a tax-free weekend this month, give details about a recent cleanup project at the North Watuppa Pond, and information about a free concert series at the Fall River Historical Society coming up this Saturday. But first, let's check in with Fall River Herald News Editor-in-Chief Lynn Sullivan, who is filling in this week for City Editor Will Richmond, who's away. Hi, Lynn. Welcome.
Thank you.
Yes, it's so nice to have new voices and fresh faces on our program. So welcome to our show. I know you had a lot going on this week in the Fall River Herald News. Why don't we start off with actually some big news for the area in terms of business ventures. The South Coast Marketplace is slated to open this fall.
Yep, I think everybody is excited for that. It's set to open either September or October, it looks like. And when it opens, there'll be a bar with an 11-screen movie theater, picture show. There'll be a market basket, obviously. There's going to be other restaurants, 110 Grill and Qdoba. And I guess right now, what's sort of holding a little fly in the ointment maybe is liquor licenses. And I guess FROED had been lobbying the mayor's office to present a home rule petition to the state legislature to get more liquor licenses, specifically for the stores in the South Coast Marketplace. But the administration says, no, right now we have enough licenses in the city. So.
Oh, that's very interesting, actually. I wonder if the mayor has the power to actually stop a store from applying for a liquor license, because that's a state-regulated license, isn't
right.
it?
I guess the state regulates how many you have per population.
Oh,
and
there
so
you go.
If we wanted to get more in the city, that's where it would have to be a home rule petition.
But the good news is there'll be more places for consumers to shop. Market Basket is a very popular chain.
Absolutely.
There's some in the area down Raynham Way, so it'll be nice to have it here in Fall River at great discount prices. Now, are all the stores set to open at different times during the fall? I mean, is that the plan?
Yes, I believe so. There's different. I think we have certain stores that have already been announced, but I believe that there will be others. There's Ulta Beauty. I know I have a 16-year-old daughter. She's very excited for that one.
Yes, of course.
PetSmart, Starbucks, stuff like that. So
it's pretty awesome, and it's only coming at a price of $100 million.
Yeah. Well, it's always just very nice. It's like a good morale boost for the city to see
it is
development happening.
It is. Right. In terms of economic development, it's obviously a boost in the arm for the city. I do wonder how traffic's going to be affected.
Well, I do know that they did today was the FROED meeting, monthly meeting. So I guess a year ago the city had applied for $1 million to improve the intersection on William Canning Boulevard there, and the application wasn't approved, but they've applied again, and I guess they've asked for a little bit more than what they initially wanted. I guess new signals and stuff like that. That actually increases the cost of the project, but.
And the traffic patterns might change for a little while, but you know something, in the long run, it's a great project, and I think that Fall River really needs that kind of economic boost right now.
Definitely,
so that's a good plan, and personally, I'm looking forward to all those stores opening. Yes, shopping.
Yeah.
Shopping's a good thing, especially if it's in time for Christmas.
Yeah, plus a movie theater, a
holidays.
place to go out to dinner and stuff. It's, something new.
Well, there was a Harbor Mall movie theater, as everybody knows, for so many years, and then it was gone, and now it's going to be back in a sense, in that sense. So, it's good news for the city. And some other interesting news that you told me about this morning when we spoke. The public safety officials in the state are starting a campaign to crack down not only on drunk drivers, but also those ingesting marijuana, which is, of course, legal in some quantities here in Massachusetts per voter request. So what's that all about? That kicked off this week, correct?
Yep. The Massachusetts Executive Office of Public Safety had been giving out grants to local municipalities. There's about 200 local police departments across the state that will be working with special patrols to curb impaired driving. And one of the specific things they're looking at is marijuana impaired driving. And, it's sort of like everything with revolving around marijuana. It's like a new thing, and everybody's like, how are we going to handle this? And, unlike with alcohol, it's very difficult. You can't really, there's no breathalyzer for marijuana impaired driving. So how are they going to hold people accountable? How are they going to find these people and whatnot. So this is just, the police are going to be trying to crack down a little bit on this.
Well, it's going to be difficult, too, because public safety officials, police and fire, they're going to have to be aware not only of how much a driver has drank alcohol within a night, but also the combination between the two, the drinking and the marijuana. So while it is legal, the marijuana portion now, it's almost like doubling up on impairment, so to speak. And some people will argue that that is not the case, that won't happen. And of course, that controversy has been going on forever, as we know.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how that pans out.
Yeah.
Like your reporters, we've been talking here with the state legislatures about the whole marijuana law and the regulation of it, and the compromised marijuana bill that Governor Baker did sign into law, which our local state legislators were at least pleased with. I mean, they were okay with it, as was the governor. So we'll just have to see how it pans out and how the statistics come out in the long run over the next few years.
I think like with anything new, I think everybody just wants to make sure, have we thought of everything? Have we crossed all the T's and dotted all the I's? Just make sure that everybody's safe. So.
Well, absolutely, because when the voters said, yes, we want this, saying yes is one thing, implementing and regulating is a whole other ball of wax, and that obviously was thrown on the state. So again, we'll have to see what works out there. And on police news, there's been, actually this summer it seems that there's been a lot of police news in general. You don't hear about a lot of bank robberies, but your paper did, the Fall River Herald News, did report one at a local bank. Tell us about that.
It's sort of scary in the middle of the day, 2 o'clock on a Wednesday, but they have the image of the suspect and whatnot, and hopefully they'll be able to find some more information on her.
Did they find a suspect and bring her into custody?
Let's see, he didn't have...
I'm not sure if I know that they were investigating, and I know that you would provide more details when they become
I guess they took somebody into custody sort of near the courthouse, which is a little bit further away from where the robbery happened, but...
And they don't know how much the person
sounds like
got.
it was a blonde woman with glasses, so...
Oh, there you go. Yes, I have blonde hair and blue eyes, but and glasses and all that,
Where
but no, it wasn't me.
Yeah,
where were you at 2 o'clock on Wednesday? I did read that, and my coworker looked at me. I'm like, oh, no, it wasn't me. I was here working. That's my alibi. And there was also a drug-related arrest as well?
Yeah. I mean, sort of run-of-the-mill. I know sometimes there's a tendency to feel like the crime is increasing or whatnot, but I almost feel like nowadays you hear it so much on social media, it seems like there's an increase, but I don't know that there really is. The statistics don't necessarily bear it out, so... Yeah,
that's true, because you can't get the state statistics. That's true.
People talk about it, so it seems like a lot.
Yeah. Okay, what's coming up this weekend that you're covering?
Well, this weekend we have a big package actually on human trafficking, which you want to say that is a problem. It's one of these problems that exist, but you just don't hear that much about it. But so kind of everywhere there's an issue. It's not just sex trafficking, it's also human labor trafficking. But right here in Fall River, we're lucky enough to have the Children's Advocacy Center, and they deal an awful lot with that. So, and I think another thing that we're sort of looking at, a little more fun thing, is the solar eclipse that's happening on Monday. So,
yes.
Yeah, a lot of the libraries actually are doing stuff around the area, so you can get the special kind of glasses to look at the eclipse and whatnot. So it's kind of cute.
Right, and it doesn't happen all the time, correct. It doesn't happen all the time.
Right, it's kind of neat. So.
That's awesome. And, speaking about the Bristol County Advocacy Center, we did talk to the executive director, Michelle Laranger, and we're going to have a story on that, too, and some of her feedback on what parents or guardians or those, obviously taking care of young people could look for in terms of signs of that human trafficking. People think sometimes, it doesn't happen here in Fall River or Bristol County.
It does.
It's something that happens in other countries, but it indeed does happen. So it'll be interesting to see what we both come up with on that story idea. So, Lynn, thank you very much for joining us. I know you're new to the arena, so welcome anytime. Come back anytime. You did a great job. We really appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lynn. Have a good weekend.
Okay, you too. Bye-bye.
We'll be back right after this.
Here are some job descriptions on the latest hot jobs list from the Fall River Career Center. Dental receptionist. Dentistry with a Smile, located at 920 Plymouth Avenue, is looking for a full-time, experienced dental receptionist with excellent telephone skills, scheduling patient appointments, calculating and collecting copays, and communicating with insurance companies. Job number 937-4160. Culinary Dietary Aid. Kindred Healthcare, located at 273 Oak Grove Avenue, is in need of a part-time culinary dietary aid to work per diem preparing resident trays and delivering food and supplies to nursing units in a healthcare environment. Job number 936-8538. Certified Nursing Assistant. Genesis Healthcare, located at 4901 North Main Street, is looking for a full-time certified nursing assistant to assist the licensed nurses in admitting assessments, discharging, transferring, and caring for the residents' personal belongings. Job number 936-1397. People Incorporated, located at 4 South Main Street, is looking to fulfill the following full-time positions. Extended Day Counselor, job number 937-6214. Individualized Home Support Team Member, job number 937-6115. The Fall River Public School Department, located at 417 Rock Street, is looking to fulfill the following full-time positions for the 2017-2018 school year. Grade 4 Teacher, job number 938-0369. School Administrative Manager, job number 938-0350. For more information on these or other positions, visit FRCmedianews.org or call the Fall River Career Center at 508-730-5000.
Welcome back. Although Massachusetts Governor Charlie Baker submitted a bill to the state legislature last week requiring the re-establishment of a sales tax-free weekend later this month, that bill will most likely not pass. Bristol County Chamber of Commerce CEO Rob Mellion explains.
For many years, we've had in August, a sales tax weekend, typically around the third week of August. It's been a sales tax-free weekend. And this year, the governor, after the legislature had left town, had initiated legislation to potentially do that. We're grateful in the action, but at the same time, I hate to say this, I don't think it's going to move forward. And that's because there are no legislators in the area to actually enact it. It's the governor himself can't create a law. It has to be enacted by the legislature, and without them around to move forward on the proposal, it isn't going to go anywhere. So that's concerning to us, but we did appreciate the fact that it was brought up.
That the sales tax-free weekend will not occur. Volunteers from the Trustees Corps were at the North Watuppa Pond recently to clean up a portion of a path in a no public access area. And more, we have more from Reservation Superintendent Mike Lavoisier.
Interlochen is a 57-acre island that sits in the middle of the North Watuppa Pond, which is the city's drinking water supply. And it's an island, kind of odd that we call it an island because we drove onto it. It's connected to the mainland by 2 causeways that were man-made. And today we are, as you look down this laneway, which I hope you'll have a chance to do, it's a farm lane. So 150, 200 years ago, when this was a farm, which it was an old farm, the farmers built a stone wall on either side of this 2-rod way. It's 2 rods in width, about 30 feet or so. There were there was a farmhouse up on this island. There were barns. There were various outbuildings. This was a small farm, and it's crisscrossed with stone walls and passageways to lead the animals from one field to the other. And today we have a group of high school students from the Trustees of Reservations. They're called the Youth Corps. And what they're doing is they're helping to maintain the viewscape, the landscape. Every year they come out here. They've been doing that for about 5 years. They have lawnmowers. They have string trimmers. They're beating back the vegetation, trying to tame the wilderness a little bit, and trying to bring the what's been an encroaching wild landscape trying to sort of groom it back to the stone walls so that at the end of the day what you have is a cleared fire lane, because now it's a fire lane for us for our water supply forest. But you can also, by looking at these walls, you can see the bones of this old farm.
Tell us what kind of cleanup is going on at the reservation today.
Okay, we have youth from 16 to 19 in their first work experience, learning to use weed whackers and lawnmowers. They're pushing back a lot of the invasives that grow, like multiflora rose will remove that, or bittersweet and wisteria, which tends to choke out trees and overgrow and take over all the vegetation in the area.
And that kind of weed doesn't care what kind of tree.
No, no, it definitely can be a thing. So we'll try to take it out from the root and unwrap it if we can. You'll see, like, as the tree starts to grow, if it has bittersweet on it, it'll actually choke the tree. So it'll grow into the wisteria or bittersweet.
Brittany, you're here in the reservation. Tell us what your experience has been like today.
So far today, we've done a lot of weed whacking and mowing, clearing out fire trails for the community to get through. It's been a really good, hardworking day.
Now, you get paid, and do you get school credit?
I actually do not get school credit, but this is a paid position, and it's very rewarding.
And in what way is it rewarding? What do you feel when you go home at the end of the day?
I feel very gratified because I know I'm making a difference in not only my community, but also for the environment as a whole.
Very good. Now, does this fit in with your educational plans?
It does, actually. I'm a bio major, so this is pretty fitting. Some environmental studies, it helps me get going.
The Bristol County Children's Advocacy Center is celebrating 10 years of operation at its Fall River office on Arch Street. The nonprofit agency is headed by Michelle LaRanger, who gives us more on that story.
Well, the Children's Advocacy Center's existence is a milestone unto itself. This is a service delivery model nationally that the Children's Advocacy Centers in Bristol County didn't have one. So the fact that it was created and we're celebrating our 10-year anniversary is really important. It's based on a best practice model. So now the kids and families of Bristol County have access to this service delivery model. I think another milestone is that we survived the economic downturn of 2009, 10, and 11, which is no easy feat when you're running a nonprofit. And during that time of economic challenge and starting up this nationally renowned kind of service delivery model, we have reached a milestone of 4,600 families. So there's been some economic challenges, but I think the really good news, and one of the reasons why we were celebrating our 10-year anniversary, is how much it has taken from so many people to sustain our existence so that we could, one, celebrate 10 years, but really continue to serve the children and families of Bristol County.
We'll have more FRC Media News right after this.
Welcome to Hot Dogs and Cool Cats. Today's feature is Pretty Girl. You may or may not have met Chloe yet, but she's her sister. They are polar opposites, but they came from the same household. Owner surrenders. We know very little about why they're here. Typical to a calico, she is full of spit and vinegar. She likes to do her ugly voice, hissing and talking ugly noise, but she's never acted upon it, so I think she'd calm down eventually once her world hasn't been flipped upside down. So if you're interested in a brightly colored spit and vinegar, ready to go cat, she's one for you.
Today we have these two special bundles of joy. On my right side I have Flower. She is a female Chihuahua mix. She is very shy and relaxed. We have her best friend. This is Andy. He's a Shih Tzu. They're both 7 years old. They were surrendered by their owner. So if possible, we would like to keep them together. He is very energetic, very playful. They are both great with other dogs, both very friendly, loving. If you are looking for a new best friend, please come down to 300 Linwood in Fall River and take home these two adorable pups.
Hi, I'm Lucy Cabral.
My name's Steve Oliveira.
I am Denise Pumaguaye.
I saw our ad in the paper, and I've always been interested in doing this because I had been directing and acting in theater.
This has been a dream of mine since I was 15 years old.
Thought, I'll walk into the studio one day and check this out. What excited me the most was getting my hands into the equipment here.
To see the joy in people and being able to transmit it live.
People can do a show and they can come on and say, hey, I think this is right, I think this is wrong, if that's what you're into.
Don't be intimidated, come down, it's a lot of fun.
The staff here make it so easy, I can do it.
And I love it, I absolutely love it.
Be a part of our team, produce your own show, or volunteer at FRC Media. More at frmedia.org or find us on Facebook.
Welcome back. Free concerts will be held this month along the grounds of the Fall River Historical Society. Here's what's happening this Saturday evening.
Do nothing till you hear from me. Pay no attention to what's said. Why people tear the seams of anyone's dream. He's over my head.
To be the Nightlife Orchestra. They are a 13-piece big band that plays swing music and standards. They have a female vocalist. They are awesome. And that is the biggest turnout. The city is kind enough to let us shut Maple Street down. So that increases our seating area. And we had people that had, they bought hamburgers and hot dogs in our food tent. They went over there. They set up card tables. They were having a grand old time. So it's a lot of fun. And that's the first one of the season. There's 4 concerts total. Monica Ambrosiak will be here on the 19th, rain date on the 20th. And she does some jazz, some blues.
But what good does it bring if I ain't got you? Ain't got you, baby. You don't know what it's like.
And she really also packs them in. I mean, she has a nice following. She plays with the Bob Demers band, and they used to all be a part of the Screaming White Honkies.
Yes, I remember them actually.
Yeah, and she was the vocalist. She was the vocalist for them. And now this is kind of a reunion, so they have a really great time. And they all played together before, so that's again a great night out.
And is it also for kids? Can you bring your family?
You can bring. Oh yeah, and the thing is, and I have to say this because it's a large number of people. But it's not what you expect. It's not a free-for-all. And people are very respectful of the area. The first time that we had the concert, we were walking and doing a pass-through the day after just to see, how much we had to clean up. There was no evidence. They recycled where they were supposed to recycle. They threw the trash where it was supposed to be. We had flyers that did not end up all over the lawn. So the people that attend are very respectful, and it's a very comfortable crowd.
That's it for this edition of FRC Media News. You can catch FRC Media News Thursday and Friday at 6 p.m., but our online news site is available 24/7 at frcmedianews.org. For all of us here at FRC Media News, I'm Donna Mata. See you next week.